lads and lasses, and welcome to Darts Coaching with Dynamite Dave. First of all, I just want to say what a fantastic experience that was last night, my first ever proper live stream. Again, we had a couple of little hiccups, but I've got to say I'm bowled over with the generosity of people. I am absolutely amazed. Thank you so much. So what we're going to do today is we've got a couple of little bits in this video. First of all, what we're going to do is a little bit of a dart review. So the first little bit of a dart review we're going to do today is one of the ones that we didn't manage to get done last month, which is the Dirk van Duijvenbode dart. So we're going to have a quick look at them in section 1, and then what we're going to do is go over into section 2. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about breathing, which is quite a big subject. It's something that if you have observed in the Masters, you'll have seen the dart players before they go up to the hockey and what have you. Another thing that's coming in, that thing that I've been talking about for years, is breathing yourself down before you approach the hockey. But we'll talk about that in section 2. So let's go over into section 1 and do that review on the Dirk van Duijvenbode darts. Right, so here we are over in section 1, and section 1 is a little bit of a review. As you know, my reviews are not how long's the barrel in millimetres and how wide it is and what have you. We'll leave that to the expert reviewers. My reviews are more my opinion on something, and whether I think they're a good dart, whether I think they're well made, or whether I think they chuck well, which I think is more important personally. Obviously a lot of people like the statistics and what have you, whereas me personally, I'm more interested in what they actually feel like and what they look like, what they are like as a purchase. Right, so today's darts are the Dirk van Duijvenbode darts, and these are from Bulls, and they are 24 grams. The box is as per Bulls' usual stuff. Right, so quite a plain sort of package in there, and what we'll do now is we'll get the darts out and have a quick look at them. So let's get them out and have a look at the case that they come with and stuff like that. So let's get them out. Right, so very similar to the other Bull set, which was the Kimai bricks. Let's put that over there. Right, and that's how they come in the little bar wallet. So that's a nice plastic bar wallet there. You get the barrels. Looks like again the same stems as the Kimai bricks. Looks like the same stems, and just the Dirk van Duijvenbode flights. What we'll do as usual is we won't use the Dirk van Duijvenbode flights and stems. I'll unscrew the barrels out and I'll chuck them the way they are. So let's get a barrel out and have a look at the barrels and see what they actually look like. Right, so quite a straight barrel, as you can see, with a little bit of a cone on the end of it there. Let's have a feel. Oh, they're very grippy. I'd say they're up towards a 4 then. So they're up towards a 4 out of 5. They are very grippy, they are. But it's a shallow grip. It's not a wide grip. It's one of those grips where your fingers feel like they're sat on top of it and not inside it. Right, so let's have a look at the Dirk van Duijvenbode barrel. That's the Dirk van Duijvenbode barrel, which, as you can see, is a straight barrel with a little bit of a nose cone on the end of it. I always like that. And what I'll do like as well is the grip goes right to the end. It's not a plain piece on here, so you're going to have some grip on the end of your finger. So I think that will add to the control. Even though I don't think they'll feel as controllable as the Kimai bricks, I think that these will feel quite controllable because you've got grip virtually the full length of them. You've got a little plain patch in the middle there, but that actually, when you get to feel it, if you get a set of these, actually has micro grip on it. So there's grip all the way down the barrel. So even though this piece in the centre here looks plain, it's not. It's got micro grip on it. Right, so like I say, nice little ring cut, straight barrel with a little taper on the end. So let's get the standard flights and stems on these and see how they throw. Right, so let's do that right now. Right, so we've built up the Dirk van Duijvenbode darts with the traditional click system flights and stems on that I use on all the darts that I review, apart from 1 or 2 that I've reviewed with other sets that I've used regularly. So let's have a first handful with them and see what they're like. like I say, your fingers, the grip is really aggressive, but your fingers feel like you're sat on top of the darts and not sinking in at all. Yeah, the first reaction to them is they feel quite controllable for me, because they've got that little bit of a grip, so the grip goes right down to the point, so you can actually feel that grip on the end of your finger as you're engaging with the end of the barrel. So that's quite good. It doesn't feel like the same sort of control as the Kim Ibrix and some other ones with a wider grip pattern on them. But I've got to say they are very grippy. I'd say they're about a 4 these, so they've got quite an aggressive grip on them. But, like I say, your fingers sit on top of them rather than sinking into them. They're a nice easy dart to throw. They're a really good length. This is sort of like my ideal sort of length, this length of barrel. You get some of them like the Andersons, I think, that are 57mm long or something, or close to 60mm long, and they're not difficult to throw, but you can tell the difference in them, because these feel a lot more balanced. Right, as you can see, they group nicely as well. The only thing that I would say about these is that there's probably more of a possibility, it's not a guarantee, but there's probably more of a possibility that these will destroy your flights if you're quite a good player and your grouping's pretty good. Depending on your means, I mean, if flights don't matter, then it doesn't matter, but the front nose cone of these, because they've got the grip right down to the end, as the darts are going in, I can hear them chewing the ends of the flights as they're actually making contact with them. $100. $123. Right, so we'll call that the last handful with them. Let's go and have a little bit of a summary now. Right, so the Dirk van Duijvenbode darts, really nice darts to throw, really well balanced, just the right length of barrel, not too long and not too short. Like I say, use the datum line, which is my finger me click system, flights and stems on them. Nice and balanced, you've seen that they sat nice and flat in the board. Some really good scores with them, so definitely a set of darts worth checking out and buying if you like the look of them. Right, so let's go over into section 2 now, and we'll talk a little bit about breathing. So let's go over there right now. Right, so here we are over in section 2, and what we're going to talk about in section 2 is breathing. So if you put a dart in your hand, stand up at the hockey as if you're going to throw, and breathe in and out, and you'll be able to feel that all your chest is expanding and contracting, so your arm's actually moving. So if you're breathing out as you're throwing a dart, or worse still, breathing in while you're throwing a dart, it's going to affect your accuracy. The way to combat that is something that I teach nearly all of my pupils, because some of them have got the idea already and some of them just need a little bit of coaching in it, because it does actually make a massive difference, and breathing is so important on all different aspects of your game. You'll have noticed, especially if you watch the World Finals, which I think 99.9% of us did, if you watch Gerwyn Price when he was getting towards that finish line, those massive deep breaths that he was taking, blowing out, trying to calm himself down. Now, wouldn't you have thought that it would have been far better for him if he was doing that all the way through? So take the darts out, breathing himself down as he's walking to the back of the hockey, concentrating on his breathing and slowing himself right down for those crucial because that's what you've got to do, slow yourself right down for those crucial doubles. So I'll try and demonstrate to you what I'm talking about. Right, so what I tend to do is, if there's a player in front of me at the hockey and I'm stood behind, what I'm doing is I'm just circulating my breathing. So what it is in through your nose and out through your mouth, and just feel yourself dropping. Just try and feel all your anxieties and what have you, all your panic because you're in a big game. Just try and let it all go. So what you do is you get onto the hockey and you see a lot of players and they'll stand there and they'll go you're far better off of doing that before you get there. Also, in general play, what I advise people to do is don't breathe while you're throwing. So what I do, if you watch me on any of my videos, when I'm actually throwing seriously and I'm not like gabbing at the same time, what I tend to do is I tend to breathe out. At the end of the breath I throw the darts, because that's what snipers do when they're actually sniping. What they do is they let all the air out of the lungs, or down to an extent where it all becomes nice and still and calm, and then they fire. Same thing with the darts. Breathe out. So nice. So you stood there breathing normally. All you do is and then at the end of it you can breathe in, and the best thing you can do, because so many people, bit of a different subject this, but so many dart players, they're walking when they're throwing the last dart. Instead of throwing the last dart, or breathing in and then walking, they're off to the hockey before they've actually let go of the dart. And a big one who does that is Michael Smith, and it has a big impact on his game, unfortunately. Multi-vicar. So again, it's just address the hockey, breathe in, breathe out, oh, 140. No, another 140. Well, just to show you, just in case you think I'm pulling your leg. There you go, not far off. We've only been 5'6". I couldn't tell whether it was a 180 or not. I was going to call it, but best to look before you do. But that is the results, you see. Calming yourself down, getting yourself into a nice pattern of breathing. Just breathe out, hold while you're throwing. You can throw your first dart right at the end of your breath, and then most of you, unless you've got a chest complaint or something like that, if that's the case, breathe between each throw. Alright, it'll slow your throw down a little bit, but you don't have to do like big deep full breaths. You can do a little short breath in and a short breath out, just to give you enough oxygen to carry on to take the next throw, or the next two throws. Just a ton. Right, so that's the theory behind breathing. Getting yourself nice and calm, really important. See, people do it naturally when they're feeling anxious, like I say Gerwin again, when he was in that final, when he was coming up to the, trying to get those last few darts in for the to get over that line, massive difference, and you could see the way that he was big deep breaths and trying to breathe himself down, trying to get that anxiety and all that stress and tension out of him. And I just think it would have been better for him if he'd have been doing that continuously. He already would have been there, and I think he probably would have got over the line a lot sooner. And just a little reminder that everybody who donates to the channel, in whichever way that you do it, will all go in the thing of the month end draw. So that month end draw, 25th of this month again. So what we'll be doing is we'll be having a draw. We don't know how many people will be in it, obviously, if you can get the skrill in. Anybody who goes on the super chats, anybody who does a bank transfer for me, anything like that, anybody who supports the channel will go into that thing of that month end draw. So thanks for watching. Don't forget, lads and lasses, you'll only ever get out of this game what you're prepared to put in. And always, 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 totally okay.